We need to go for an ad break because ad breaks exist because they will keep the ads away for people who just load in. Lovely, isn't it? These ad breaks. I wish I could just, when I press start, wish I could just press instantly start with an ad immediately, but no, there always has to be a minute cooldown.
I don't know. It's nice to sit here and talk for a minute. So just catch up.
What do you want to talk about?
Not a bloody clue. Anyone got any ideas?
Chicken. No.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, that's specific.
Microphones?
No.
No, that's what we talk with, not what we talk about. It's a difference.
I really like my microphone, though.
Would a chicken eat a Brussels sprout?
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe we should feed it to the chicken beast, or the one I turn into a chicken.
You didn't do anything. Your fairy dragon companion did it.
True. Maybe we could wish Erica for a Brussels sprout.
Chickens can indeed eat Brussels sprouts, both raw and cooked.
Oh, good to know.
We don't waste time cooking it, even better.
I could use divine intervention to get a Brussels sprout.
Why would your god...
Why wouldn't your god? It's a good source of... witness. Surely they want the best for their worshippers.
Uh-huh.
Divine Brussels sprout. That's gonna taste. That might actually taste nice.
And the minute's almost up.
There you go.
There we go. And we are live. I think no more ad break. Thank God. Death to the ad break. But they're needed because otherwise every time someone loads in, it's an ad break. We don't want that. What, no comment?
Maybe.
Agree.
No comment.
No, my comment is still loading.
Yeah. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this.
You okay?
I don't know why, but that just happened. Welcome to the session with D&D, with your Dungeon Master Kotlol. I'm your Dungeon Master Kotlol, and yeah, today we are joined by the group of the groups that are still adventuring through the Underdark. We are joined by a Poppy.
Hi.
We are joined by a Lucas.
Greetings and salutations.
We are joined by an Emberlyn.
Hello, everyone.
And we're joined by an Ausius.
Correct.
Do you want to put that in the bank?
No.
Okay. So, last time, the group was still stuck in, well, but the music, it's dramatic battle, but we'll get to that. The group was stuck in the Druga city. Oh, my microphone's a little bit too high, just noted, because I've shifted and it's too high. Oop, there we go. In the Druga city of, well, the Grey. And they decided, and two of the people decide, let's go out and get drunk. Shenanigans
Sounds
happened.
like a good plan to me.
Shenanigans happened, and yeah, shenanigans happened. Let's just go with that. Drunken shenanigans happened. They bought 2 bottles of moonshine, and the 2 drunken heads passed out. They only have Emberly be waken up by a bucket of water and Lucas getting toasted.
Mm.
Learning that maybe you should not blow up your be rude to hot-headed fire women. He will tell that to his offspring if he ever gets them.
God no, why would I do that?
Well, after some talk, you have received the signal bombs, which is used to inform the Drugar army of that it's time to start the war. After that, you decide to leave the city. But before that, someone decided to fly through the city and get shot at. To only get permission to check out the Tomb of the Grey, which is turned into sort of a tourist attraction, you think? It's kind of unclear. After that, you finally leave the city, and you decided maybe we should not go through the Manticore hunting grounds and take a detour. So you went across the river and not much thinking was thought of. So much so that your fairy friend had to save herself. Sort of. Now there's a beaver dam there.
Yay.
A giant. Now we have the Underdark giant beaver. That's something that happened.
The Underbeaver, yes.
On the way, you went past the military complex, talked to some of the guards there, explained the beaver dam, which was weird. You continue to travel down the road towards the Quakeoff camp. You were interested in the Bell of Everlasting Toll, and then you learned what it was, and you're like, we're not touching that bell with a 10-foot pole. That is a dangerous place. And finally, you entered the depths of the Quakeoff territory, and you got attacked. And you quickly learned there were Quakeoffs. And the combat ensued. And, yeah, Ozzius kind of tried to persuade them to put their arms down and roll, and that got results. And today, we will see what those results were. So, are you all ready?
As ready as we're gonna be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Ozzius, you healed this one Quakeoff, and you asked it and said there's no honor here, and that they should stand down because you're not enemies and you're not prey, etc., etc. Well, yeah, so you look at the Quakeoff's expressions, then they look at each other, and then they look back at you, and you look back at him, and they look back at you, you look back at him, and the joke's now over.
Thank God.
And you can tell that they're thinking it through. Eventually, one raises his hand, and well, you don't know what the other ones are, but you have this feeling that the danger has passed. Except for the chicken above Evelyn's head that is still trying to escape her grasp.
It's a chicken.
It's chicken. But yeah, you can fully convince them.
Yay.
So this Krakow looks at the tunes and pretty much speaks in Undercommon. Strange to heal. Definitely not pray. And the other one's going, not pray. Not pray. So you want to understand Undercommon, you will hear the words not pray.
Well, I definitely
Anyone
don't since I
speak
don't understand
Undercommon?
it.
Nope. Me neither.
Nope.
I mean, didn't you cast tongues or something?
Oh. Ozzy did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
I did.
Yeah.
I was looking back in the logs, but yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, not pray.
Right. This moment of silence is like, why enter hunting grounds?
Huh, not aware there were hunting grounds here.
This quake of hunting grounds. We hunt for prey. Anyone who enters without permission is prey.
Well, we did prove ourselves, so...
Chief must give permission. Hear some mumbling. But not prey. And then you hear some...
Came looking for your
mumbling.
leadership.
Sorry, what?
We came looking for your leadership.
Looking for leader. Eventually, you do see several heads poking out, and you were at least surrounded by 12 Quakeoff in total. I'm not gonna put them all on the screen, but because well, they are there, let's just go with that. Because otherwise, you do unhide a lot of tokens, and also review everything. But yeah, there's no combat; it's not really necessary. So they look at the group over, and you all get this impression of being watched. Well, mostly being watched. In these Quake of you, they all talking to each other, and also you pick them up saying stuff like "bring to camp." Leader would know, but leader might be busy. Leader don't do it. Outsiders, yada yada. It's clear there's some inner debate going on. Just so I know, none of them care about what happened to their companions. That much is clear. It's like they expect people to die during the hunt.
Let's turn into chickens.
Or turn into chickens, I guess.
They expect that.
Well, not that, but you know, they expect that their companion is technically dead now.
Technically.
So, got anything to say, Ozzy? You're basically the diplomat at this point.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're screwed.
Oh dear.
Did anyone like the one that got turned into a chicken?
She's asking if they like the one that they got turned into a chicken. And there's one, you really learn in one call. What's a chicken? What's a chicken?
The small thing with... over there.
Do you point in the direction? Or do you and Ozzy is pointing?
Well, I was just pointing towards the chicken.
I don't know what you're saying, so I'm probably gonna wave. Like, hi. You're just pointing at me.
Fire? It is fire. Chicken is fire?
Oh, no. The thing above the fire. I think Emberlyn was holding it above the head.
Are you? Are you Emberlyn?
I think I cast a firebolt and tucked it under one arm at some point.
Oh,
It's sucked on one arm, yes. It's still alive, technically.
okay. Then I say that.
Ah. Small. Very small. Very, very, very small. Seem big. Yes, big ones. Turn people into stone. Would it, Ozzius, would you like to roll a nature check to see what kind of big fowl-like being could do that? And what they're talking about?
Sure.
You try to think like a big chicken that turns people to stone. That doesn't make sense. It is a mystical being, but maybe they're confusing something for completely different. I mean, you've seen basilisks. Are they confusing them with basilisks?
They make no sense. Emberlyn, can you turn the chicken back now?
Sure. And I punch through it.
You try to punch through it so its disguise fail, so it's polymorph would end, right?
I'm trying to cast some damage to make the polymorph end.
Okay, make an unarmed strike.
Oh god, if this misses.
It would be hilarious.
Oh
And
yeah,
with
it might
advantage,
escape.
by the way. And with advantage, by the way, because you're holding the chicken, so it can't really
Go
dodge.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's restrained.
it's restrained. But for the sake of the game, roll with advantage.
Mhm. Oh.
Okay, well, it's either 18, 12, or 12, but it's clear that 18 will hit. How much damage is that? 4 bludgeoning damage. Let me double check the chicken stats. That should be enough though, but normally they might have some more. Oh, okay, yeah. Basically, you punch the chicken. It explodes in the feathers, and then you're holding a quake off by the neck.
No, so I threw it, so it will be free then. I just throw and punch it, and then it will.
Basically punched it in the direction of the other Quagoff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, here you go.
Well, that
I was talking about this Quagoth, if anyone liked this one. Else we could have kept it as a chicken.
that's there. Boop, boop. Boop. Ah, not dead. He not dead. He alive.
Yeah.
Magic, he alive. Powerful magics. They're not the most
Yep.
intelligent bunch.
We can be allies. Strong allies. That's why we want to talk to the leader. Even if we have to wait a bit for them to return.
The Quagoff look each other over and is like, and then they're like, only bring the leader. Leader decides.
Good. We're going to meet their leaders.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So, the Quagoff start leading you northwards, away from your battlefield. Do you all follow? Oh,
Yep.
by the way, Ozzy, what are you doing with your skeleton buddy that you now have?
Ooh,
Do you keep it?
I don't remember a skeleton buddy.
Did you cast Raise Dead? Is that someone else you cast Raise Dead and you on one of the dead Quake-offs?
I don't see it in the spell.
Then never mind.
I used. No, I did necrotic healing.
Oh right, you did necrotic healing. Why is there... Oh, whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, I know why that token is there. That was in case of... My bad. Anyway,
Wow, you think you know me?
I do. So, they lead you down the path, and it takes a bit of walking to get to the camp, within some time. And as you walk around this sort of well-lit area of the Underdark, you do notice that there's more grassy-like areas here. The grass isn't, green or anything. Let's be real, green grass would be kind of odd in a cave system. But there is grass basically everywhere, with patches of stone and dirt in between. And several rocks to hide behind, and well, as far as you can see, this is quite a sprawling area of the Underdark. You can see why the Quake-Off might, stay here for a bit. Any comments? Anything you want to do? Anything you want to check?
I'm just looking around and
Poppy, make a perception check.
perception. Oh, where's this? Perception. There we go. That was awful.
You look around the place, but it's kind of void of life from everywhere you see. Could it be that the Quake-Off has mostly emptied the hunt here? Could be useful information, or something else. Or are the things just very good at hiding? You're not really sure.
Huh. Okay.
Are the hunts good here? Plenty of livestock?
Ready to hunt. Those from deep come here too. Much hunt, much food.
Good, good.
Okay then. Give me a moment. Why is it always badly zoomed in? There we go. I know I forgot to put up something. Silly me. I forgot to load in your tokens. When you think you've prepared everything and you didn't prepare for the smallest details.
Go figure.
Come on, why is those tokens not loaded with it? There we go, everything should be in order now. Alright. A few more minutes pass and eventually you find yourself entering a campsite with several wooden walls surrounding it. Many Quagoff walking around, all looking at you, but none of them seem to be hostile because you're being escorted in with a group. Ta-da! That's a lot of Quagoff.
That is a lot of quick off. Jeez.
And this one is off. It's off the grid. Stop that. So you all enter this kill camp, and you can look around. There's tents everywhere. There's clearly a really large tent in the middle of it all. Little pond to the right. There's some sitting around. You see some Quagoffs sitting on some rocks around some campfires. You see Quagoffs on the guard. You see Quagoff doing stuff in front of their tents, like sharpening spears or making stuff. All in all, it seems like a pretty large campsite for a roaming tribe of Quagoff.
Yay.
Would any of you would like to look around, see anything specific, or you want to know? This is the moment to ask.
A lot of fires. That's nice.
Yeah, quite some campfires.
Yay.
It is a little bit darker here in this part of the Underdark, but you know it's not super dark. But they probably have a lot of campfires to keep to be recognizable from a distance. They don't seem to care about stealth when they're in the camp.
Makes sense.
So anything? Anything curious you want to know?
Are they pools of stuff like green things?
They appear to be some sort of moss.
And this is water.
This is water.
Okay.
There isn't much grass around this area, but there's quite some big patches of moss. And you think it's because of the water nearby that it sustains the moss.
And it's just I'm gonna check it out if it's just regular moss or it has any specific properties.
What kind of properties are you looking for?
Just nature, plant property.
Sure, you can roll
If I
a
would
nature
eat
check.
it, what would happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not gonna.
You look at this moss. You're thinking, I guess I can eat this moss. You're not really sure if there's any special properties, but it looks like moss you can eat.
We did bring enough rations, so never mind.
Okay, we're not doing the box of moss thing. Good.
No, I would have someone else eat it if I wanted to test it. So.
Not it.
Lucas!
Oh no.
I already said not it.
What could possibly go wrong?
We don't talk about bobcats in here.
I am not making this into a running thing. I'm not eating every bit of plant life down here, and you can all sod off.
Wow.
So, is there anything else? Anyone? Anything specific? Anything you want to look at?
No.
I want to check if I can maybe identify what kind of material the tents are made out of, just out of curiosity.
Sure, you can. You know what? Yeah, roll me a. You can either roll you can roll me a nature check.
Nature. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Better be a good roll.
As you look at the materials made of the tent, at first you'd think it's some sort of typical leather, but then you remember you're in the Underdark. Leather, you don't really know what kind of beings would produce leather. Because we know leather comes from cows and that kind of things, and well, Again, Underdark. So you decided. So you try to think, and considering the texturing, and you'd think it's some sort of lever, you would think that that it's some sort of creature with a thin hide and very strong skin. But upon closer examination, you also see patches of scales in some of the tent structures, and you'd think it's not just some sort of lever; it's made of different creatures they hunt. Whatever they hunt for in the Underdark, they will find a way to use it somehow. Every part. So they are resourceful.
Okay, that's interesting.
But as for the creature, you have no idea what kind of creatures these skins are made from. You just don't know.
You can't really ask either, because, like...
No, you can't talk to them.
Hey, Ozzy,
Huh?
can you ask them what kind of animals the tents are made of?
Oh, okay. What are the tents made out of?
Prey.
It's prey.
Oh, okay.
That's
Puppy's
the-
just, like, looking disappointed.
Yeah.
Any specific type of prey?
Prey that give many meat. Prey that turn people to stone. Prey that can fly. Prey that dig.
Interesting.
You would think.
They don't know the names of the prey.
Yeah. From passive insight, you know, the terms they would use for these kind of creatures, they don't have. They would just call them prey that dig, prey that does this, prey that does that. They're very simplistic in that kind of naming scheme. So you would not know what the names of these creatures are in an encyclopedia sense.
Clearly.
Okay. Right. So the one that led you here, this one, the other ones have already scattered. Decides to go to the campfire over here. And they start talking with each other. They start talking with the others. Passive insight, it's a quick talk between these sitting around the campfire. The ones sitting on the campfire appear to be of an older generation, so they're older than the one that brought you here. And essentially, they're talking about that you were being hunted as prey. They defeat you. They show you not prey. You show them not prey. They're pretty strong, magical powers, etc., etc., and that they should talk with the leader. And the other one, and of course, there's some objections going on, or that outsiders shouldn't be brought to the camp, but whatever, who cares? And the one on the left here is the most articulate. I'm not doing the whole exchange, but basically the left one is the most articulate of them all. He's also the one referring to everyone as young one. So probably the oldest of the ones sitting there. Like, young one, behave. That kind of wording. Anything you want to do with that information? Come on, Mr. Diplomat Translator.
Looks like the left one is the wisest. Lucas, you're always really good with talking. Put my hand on his shoulder, cast tongues on him.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's most helpful.
Mm-hmm. So Lucas, for your passive perception, you do hear now the Quake of himself making noises you barely understand. You hear words like "must cook food soon, make weapons." fixed wall. All kinds of simple short talking, but you understand them. And at the group here, you hear them talking about you as a group. So it's like strong magical power. This one's saying that you have strong magical powers. This one says magic is not everything. So it's like this one says magic's very impressive, and this one keeps correcting himself, like saying stuff like, "Young one, you should know outsiders dangerous." These are from quick exchanges, so you can basically tell the mood of everyone. I'll give you no information.
I guess we might as well approach the leader then.
Yep.
If we can figure out which one it is.
Leader of this bunch, at least.
All right. So you approach them.
Yep.
These two in the back see you approach, and you can tell from passing inside that they're on alert. So don't make any sudden movements because they will attack you without much provocation for some reason. Probably their duty.
Okay, I will approach
Yeah.
slowly, respectfully, with my hands in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Not making.
Oh, I didn't do that.
No, you just walked up.
I just casually walked.
So these.
Don't want to look like I'm prey.
Mm-hmm. So Lucas, you approach.
Yeah.
Any specific distance you want to keep? Because, you know, you have distance.
Stay respectful 10 foot away, I think. It's like,
Right there.
come on, Matt, move.
I can move you forward. I can move you. There you go.
Hmm.
Okay. So, you both approach them. Do you have anything to say?
If we really wanted to be dangerous, we could have done that before. But we spared everyone, even healed one of them. Because we're here for a proposition of a glorious hunt.
The south one goes, glorious hunt. The one on the right goes, glorious hunt. Hunt, big hunt. Much supplies. The one in the north pretty much seems to look at you over and is like, where this hunt? And the eldest one doesn't say a word. He's just letting you speak.
How long has it been
What do you mean?
since the fight?
By now it should be about 15 minutes.
Oh, so I still haven't. My compatriot here can do the talking. It's really respectful. Not prey though.
Okay, Lucas, I think you should introduce yourself. I just gave you a cue.
My
Yeah.
name is Lucas.
Mhm.
I brings you a glorious hunt. We have plans to turn the predator of the Underdark into the greatest prey.
That is your wording?
Yes.
You see all the fear on the campfire all slowly looking at you. Passive insight tells you that you may have just insulted them.
Second greatest predator of the Underdark. I was not counting yourselves. Clearly you are the greatest.
Small persuasion check, don't worry.
I let him talk for 1 minute.
You gave him tongues, so that's your fault.
Yeah.
So, I know. I make mistakes.
After I
Yeah, you do.
I know what I'm doing. Sometimes.
persuasion,
Sometimes.
because that slip of the tongue was noticed, so you need to persuade them to see that if they actually do not consider that slip of the tongue as an actual full-on insult.
Please tell me that went through.
They may be dumb, but say the wrong things and they won't forget that.
Fantastic, right? I did not go for it. There's the fucking plus button. Oh, it is.
Yeah, you got it all manually.
Bollocks, that's worse than what it was on the sheet. Okay.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh lord.
Oh, Lord. So,
I hate technology.
the
That would've been
right
amazing.
and north, the right one and the northern one seem convinced like they're not. And the left one is giving you a side glance, and you have a feeling that that older one is definitely knows that you just said something stupid. He knows you said something stupid. You tried to save yourself from saying something stupid, and he knows that you're gonna say some more stupid stuff. And he's making an intent clear that he knows, like, I know what you're doing, and I'm on to you. So the left one,
He might say some stupid things sometimes. He might actually be stupid, but he means well, and the offer is genuine.
so they start. So the right one goes like, offer, free hunt offer. And over on Beamer seems to think as well. What kind of big prey? And then the left one speaks up and says, big prey, big predator. You mean big flying lizards, don't you?
I can show you which predator I speak of. And I'm going to use so
I just love it. Like,
minor illusion should be big enough. I don't want to scare the. I don't want to frighten them. I'm going to use minor illusion and create an illusory image of an iflid.
which kind of iflit creature are you summoning? Are you making appear? Any specific ones? Because iflit are not just one thing. They're different. They're factions, so they have different types of creatures in there. You need to be a bit specific.
Mind flare then.
A mind flayer. So you.
I didn't realise that was a catch-all.
This is such a bad idea with the guards there.
Lucas, how do you make this illusion appear? Does it just suddenly appear, or do you do some sort of flourish with it?
No, I'll do some sort of flourish with it as well, so I'll
And
make it kind of obvious I haven't just summoned one into the bloody camp.
the guards notice this, but they seem to be ready to strike. The right one seems to be surprised. The top one notices its magic. And the left one also notices magic, and the left one holds his hand up against the guards. It's like, stand down. It's trick. And the guards just seem to calm down a bit.
It's magic.
And then the north one goes, we know of magic. Magic. Do many tricks.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Leader knows much magic.
Really? I would love to learn.
The left one just looks at this, it's like, this prey. Old. Not seen since years. Uses much head meat. Passive insight, head meat means brains. Don't worry, you get that idea.
Yeah.
Even Ozzius? Damn.
Yeah, even all just knows that one. It's like head meat. It's like head meat. What would head meat? Oh, brains. Yeah, players, brains. So. Do you respond to that?
Ah, you are familiar with this prey.
Only old ones know. Young ones never seen. Never hunted. Never fought.
It might soon change.
Oh?
This prey returning.
They've been preparing.
Let me roll something real quick. Okay. Prepare for what?
That cut out a bit. I presume that said prepare for what?
Yeah, prepare for what?
Yeah.
Prepare
Keep
for
breaking
what?
up. I can't hear you now.
It's not the microphone, is it? It's just Discord, I think.
Oh.
I think that's a Discord problem, not a microphone problem. Do I sound normal now? Hello?
Prey has been prepared. Hello?
Okay.
Hi.
I'm just checking if my microphone's working. Please don't die on me, microphone.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah.
Seems to be working, yeah.
It is cutting out a bit still. And it is delayed from the image of your webcam.
I just turned up the gain a bit. Best I can do.
Yeah. We blame Discord. Prey has been preparing. They wish to become predator.
As a Discord partner, I don't blame Discord.
I blame VoiceMod. So, wish to take Quake off lands? One of the a voice asks.
Yes.
The eldest one, looks at you all and then looks it over. and you wish us to hunt before they hunt us. Well,
Yes, they will hunt the Quagoth. They will hunt you until none remain.
Not just the Quagoth. The entire Underdark. That's
This-
why we seek an alliance. A glorious alliance. The biggest alliance ever. One big, beautiful alliance. For a big hunt.
The oldest, the clearly eldest one looks at you, looks at the others and says, "Young ones, these prey do not play fair. They do. All they hunt increases their numbers. All prey is what they take. No balance. Only hunt to all is them." You see the other two, and you see the other two of the fire looking at them, and then looking intensely, and he says, "Foolish we are not. Are we?" And then the other two look at him, and then look at the image, and then back at him, and then they was not. Good. We agree. Do you have anything to say? No one? You're just holding your tongue?
I can't say anything. I'm
I'm then asking
Good understand.
Lucas, Osius.
Oh, they're talking amongst themselves. I'm not going to interrupt.
God damn you. You know what, I'm just going to echo the sentiment. We agree.
Mm-hmm. Tell me. Where? He's
I
asking.
think for a moment how to describe this. Deep.
Deep.
Deep in the Underdark. Much further down.
Where to hunt?
Anyone got a map?
Wasn't Lucas the map carrier? Because nobody
I
trusts
think
him.
so.
I don't think Osius has the map.
Oh, that makes things even easier. So I pull out the map.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for 6, I'll just load you all into the map. There.
Yeah. I lay the map out on the ground. Using my keen mind to make sure it's actually positioned in the correct fucking orientation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to point at where we're probably currently standing as a Quagoth land.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm going to point to where we know those tunnels were that went down into Mind Flare territory.
With your liver stand.
So, yeah. And I'm going to say, way down to pray. Here. long tunnel.
It's clear that two of the three Quagos do not understand how maps work. But the third one does.
Thank God.
Which again is the smartest one. So you look at it, so he looks at it and he goes far. Those lands. Not land of stone arms. No.
Correct.
Stone arms, okay.
Stone arms, okay.
Good. And for a moment, you have this sense of tension around the campfire. You don't know why. Despite one person clearly being in agreement and leading the other two, there's just this tense air around them. You can all tell with your passive insight that there's something still not right in this place. So, and then the older one speaks up. You all coward now? I'll say it. And this one will head into the large tent at the back. So, would anyone like to know anything about that?
So the stone arms hold significance to you?
Stone arms gave lands, gave areas to hunt. We hunt them before. Their magic too much. Told us, hunt here. You thrive. I'll be fine. You had the feeling that the Chimerians probably told these Quagos to sit in these areas because it will be best for them. And to, just like with the Drugard, not go into certain areas.
Ah.
Considering what you know about how the range of Drugard, this is probably an arrangement with the Chimerians and the Quagos to remain in this section of the Underdark. So, some time passes. The other Quagos are just sitting at the campfire, looking at each other nervously. You have no idea why they're nervous. But you have this sense of dread and you feel a sense of dread coming from them. They're just very nervous and very fearful of something. You want to inquire about that, or?
Okay,
Can I
screw it. Poppy goes over and just talks on Lucas's short jacket and is like, "What's going on?"
Well, the negotiations appear to be going well, but they seem rather apprehensive about something.
So we're in trouble?
Not sure. Can I try and get a sort of insight the Quagos around us, see if I can...
Yes, from past insight you can sense red, but if you will roll insight, you might be able to gauge more about it.
Okay. Why am I rolling that when I know it won't go to the bloody sheet?
Eh.
I hate technology. I'm saying it. I'm coming out and saying it right now, especially when it doesn't bloody work. Right.
Can't live with it, can't live without it.
Now I'm going to see if the D&D Beyond works via the bloody phone in a minute. Right.
15. You get a sense that his dread is mostly coming from the fact that there is something else with the tent that you don't know. At first you would think that the elder sitting there is clearly more leader, or these three are the leaders. But considering how frightful they are and the way that they're acting, whatever's inside that tent is probably the true leader. And it might have a very bad temper.
Uh-oh.
What?
What's going on?
I have a feeling we spoke to the leader's mouthpiece, so to speak. I think they're actually talking to the real leader right now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Is it though?
Okay.
Well, given the apprehension on these people, I'm guessing their leader is a bit of a foul temper.
Oh, that's bad.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Ozius, that's bad.
And at that moment,
Oh lord.
you all feel a large gust of wind traveling through the camp. The flames of every campfire dancing towards the south. You would never thought such a gust of wind would travel through here, let alone the Underdark. But here it is, and every Quagov in the camp seems very nervous. Like, from all passive insight, you can sense that everyone is very nervous right now. And then you hear a loud smack as the eldest just flies out of the tent and lands right near a rock. He got launched. He is now cold, but he clearly took quite a smack to the face.
That's bad, isn't it?
I don't traditionally interpret that as a good sign, no.
And then, from the tent, you see this large figure, 4 times bigger than any Quagov you've seen, come out and slowly reveal itself in the bare minimal light as a very, very tall Quagov. But it's wearing a mantle. It's clearly wearing decorative magical items. And most importantly, it's standing in a pose that you would definitely recognize as someone who walks with intelligence behind them. He's not standing like normal Quagovs. He's literally standing up straight.
Oh boy.
Like someone who would, the tent. Very funny. And, yeah, even the guards that stand there just quickly get out of the way. And this one jumps out of the way, and this one jumps out of the way. And this one scurries away. Everyone's keeping quite some distance from this guy.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
To almost no surprise of everyone, they respond to you, but they don't talk in Undercommon. They're talking in normal common. You come here and try to tell my people to hunt such a lousy prey.
They're very strong in big numbers, and they're amassing huge forces right now. Could be a threat. But if you don't want to join a hunt, maybe we should just go. You know? The drowned Rugar will probably actually enjoy this.
Arceus, they're pointing at you, and they're casting a spell at you.
Okay.
Charm person.
Okay.
So, if you could, charisma saving throw. This Quagoff knows magic. Everyone here can recognize that that's a fucking charm person spell being cast on you. Oh.
Did
He
recognize
stole my
it?
crit. He stole my crit.
So, Arceus,
Can I
you said
Don't you spell it? No?
you can if you want it, but Arceus already rolled and he nat 20'd it, so
Yeah.
he's fine.
Oh, okay. No. Never mind.
Gesundheit.
Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
No, the fourth one is not coming out. Or is it? No. So, Arceus, you get the sensation that this person tried to charm you to, you don't know, try to get you to shut up, but you just shrug it off right away. There it is.
Bless you.
It got stuck in the way. And then it looks at
What
you,
got out?
and then it looks at you. Impressive.
Thank you. Good spell.
So, it's already showing it's showing quite its hand already, and it's looking at you. I know what a war is.
I can't hear you.
Do you hear me now? Do you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well,
Hi. Now I can hear you.
weird, because my Discord said everything was coming in through normally. Give me a moment. You know what? I'm going to do some settings. Maybe that will stop it from being cut off. Da. There we go. That will stop it. I hope.
Maybe.
So you've been set. There we go. So it's staring you down, and then it goes. Why? What do you think we gain out of this?
What do you think will happen when the other parties in there on the dark are overrun?
They haven't even come into these areas in years. They can manage.
You sure about that one? There's apparently a lot coming.
You know how weak they are without your support. Do you think they can hold them? And when they fall, do you think he can take them all on? You know what to do.
Persuasion check.
Oh god. Why?
You think the stone arms are weak. You think they don't have ways. Now, why do you think we should join except for your greater good? What do we gain?
Are you telling me that the leader of the Quagoff has no interest in the thrill of the hunt?
There is hunting and there's war. There are two distinct differences.
Yes, war is more glorious. More chances to show you what you can do. More achievements.
War is destructive. War destroys. War has benefits for some, but to most, it is a loss.
And yet, when someone declares war on the Underdark, and you do not defend others, it will be one hell of a battle when all else has fallen.
Foolish. We are hunters, not warriors to go to war. We hunt, we survive. You may try to stroke our ego, but there is no hunt in war. There is no sport. It's nothing more than destruction. He's a tough cookie to crack. You may roll insight if you want to see more, to think more about it.
Sure.
May as well.
I have a +9 on it, so why not?
I did horrible. God.
Anyone else want the insight? You can still insight. No? Emberlyn?
Oh, sure, the roller's going to the log with everyone else, but it's not actually going into...
Right,
Yeah.
it's probably your extension not working.
Just for once. Too much alcohol, Blasius. Emberlyn, do you want to roll insight to see what this leader's thinking? Thank you. Lucas, you still rolling?
Yeah, I'm putting it in manually, which sucks because I had a 25.
Or maybe you get a nat 20 this time.
Can actually confirm I see a 25.
I see it in the logs, I just don't see it in the chat, which sucks.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why I
well.
say it's probably the extension not working.
Yeah, more than likely.
So, Poppy,
Like it.
So, Poppy, you look at this leader and you have the sense that this guy, he's not just a leader because he's strong and intelligent. There is more behind him, but you can't really tell what. Emberlyn, Lucas, you get the sense that there's something more off about this guy. He doesn't look that old, but considering everything you see about it, there's something really off about this Quagoff, and he seems really unwilling to go to war for some reason. Osius, you can tell this guy actually may have been in wars before, and his physical appearance betrays his how old he actually is. You would think, from everything he's going through and saying, this Quagoff might actually be hundreds of years old. And he probably has been in a war against the Illithid before.
Well, I approach and I sit down on the rock. You fought him before, didn't you?
What makes you say that?
Well, your stance against him. You're a lot wiser and cleverer than the rest of these. Even bigger. You seem different. You really, really don't want to fight them, do you?
As I said, war is destruction. It destroyed many. It will destroy again. we involve, we lose whatever we keep, what we could have keep.
You also know that if they gain the strengths that I talk about, you cannot manage. You know their strength, especially in numbers.
I not know only their strength, I know the stone arm strength. I know what they are capable of too.
You really depend on that.
They will if they have to. They have before, after all. Also, did you get the sense that he didn't just had a war with just the Iflit? He might have had a war with the Camarians and might have first-hand seen what kind of freaking hellish power they might wield. And considering what you know of the Archmages and what the Camarians have access to, it kind of makes sense why the Quakeoff are cozy in their own corner and that this guy is cozy in his own corner. He might even be a little bit scared. Yeah, that's interesting. Ooh. Intrigue.
As a hunter, you know that even the mightiest among you can be taken down if they're facing enough threats. The mind flayers will bring numbers that even the Camarians cannot cope with if allowed to spread. They will take the Chimerians' numbers, your numbers, the Drow's numbers, the Duragar's numbers, and make their forces even bigger if left unchecked.
Then we all die. He raises his hand and points towards the ceiling. And he seems to be casting something. And you feel the ground shake. And from far above, a few stalagmites fall down within the camp's grounds, not hitting anyone. Did he just insinuate he's willing to collapse part of the Underdark on his head to just kill the Camarians if things come out? Is he that crazy?
Impressive.
Can you even do that?
Could be useful. Also dangerous. Might kill us all.
Exactly. Exactly. That power is what keeps us all in check. And you can see from everyone around that they're literally cowering in fear that the ceiling would collapse on them. Yeah.
The sky is falling, basically.
Yeah. You can see that this kind of stuff is why this leader is so feared, that he don't want to deal with it, that they don't want to talk to him or even give suggestions.
Still, how much good will it do if that kills you as well? Can't protect the pack then.
As I said, it will be needed if push comes to shove. Now, as I said before, why should we even deal with this? What are the odds? What are the gains? We can just sit here and wait, and when they overwhelm us, we fight to the death and take them with us. How do you convince someone who is unwilling to fight and when push comes to shove is willing to take everything with down with them? How do you deal with such a person?
Yeah, good one. That's
Yeah.
I mean, should I throw a fireball to convince him we're strong and they need to listen
yeah.
to
I
us?
don't think that's gonna work.
Let me just. You know what? Roll me an Arcana check on this guy to see what kind of magical output he has. Emberlyn, considering the items he's wearing, it's kind of hard to gauge, but that spell alone, that earthquake type spell, pretty much tells you that this guy is literally pretty much willing to throw a lot of power your way to collapse things on you, but you're not really sure how much. Also, if you have a better grasp, would that show a force? Might have been what you would call a slight bluff. You're not 100% sure. He could probably do it, but what he just did might have been a bluff. As in, he will not be able to do that again. I would say you have more an impression, like Emily, you think he is somewhere at your level plus above your level. Ozius, you have the sense that he is slightly above your level. But you got nothing concrete.
Can you do that again, by the way?
A demonstration is enough. My people do not. I like how
Got a
he
feeling
did the face on the
It's
ground.
something you can do often. Good show, though. That won't stop them. That won't stop them at all. It's not good enough against the mind flayers. Shame.
Then what will work? They come
Numbers. It doesn't sound like you're willing to talk with us about this seriously anyway.
here. Are you walking away from him?
At the moment, yes. He knows the danger.
Yeah. It's really hard for him to convince them.
No, but he knows the danger.
Yeah.
He knows this is probably his best shot. So,
Okay.
It's a shame.
Would
You
it
can-
help if we said that we could make them stop?
You helping to save the Underdark from a grand threat. I imagine the Chimerians would have been grateful.
yeah.
Do you want to be turned into a chicken?
What?
I'm asking him.
What did you ask him exactly?
Do you want to be turned into a chicken or not?
What is a chicken? Again, they don't know what chickens are.
I am going to cast minor illusion to show what a chicken is. Maybe I should back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, why am I there?
Maybe you should just step forward and cast it.
So you show an image of a chicken. Okay. He looks at the chicken. He's like, small stone bird. Why showing small stone bird?
Well, you can either join us, or I'm gonna come back for you, and you're gonna become this small bird.
He looks at you and then laughs. You threatening me.
MB!
That's how you're seeing it. Well,
Get a little bit closer though. You wish to turn me into that with magic. Thinking that could convince me.
Well, you tell me what will convince you.
What is it we all seek? What is it you seek?
Safety.
Well, you tell us. What do you seek? What do you want?
You know what? You should have already known what I want. I have no desires. Not here. There's nothing to be desired. In those words, you just notice. He's here by his own choice, but he doesn't like it. So, during the war, what would they give than just bring war to his lands? It's not optimal for him. He sees it as a pure net loss.
You want freedom? You want to look for new lands?
Our people roam, and we are not allowed to roam. We are stuck. We could go to other areas, but there we have to contest again. War. Always war. And if we move too far, the Stone Arms will seek us. Tell us we cannot go. Remain here.
Would be a great way to gain allies.
What would allies do? We'll be stuck here. We'd be stuck here.
Would make
What if
life
we
a lot
convince
more
them to
easy
keep-
here.
I propose a trade. Your help against the mind flayers in exchange for the return of your right to roam.
And where could we roam then? Anywhere? I doubt the Stone Arms will allow that.
We are allies of the Stone Arms.
At that, Poppy just lifts up her cap to show her horn as well.
He notices that and then looks back at you. You can arrange our freedom to go anywhere in the Underdark as we please to hunt.
Well, anywhere is a big thing, but more
Within
than this
reason.
little camp.
We
And
will
you get
arrange
to
it.
keep this little place here, which is also nice because war will come and you will lose your little camp here. And if war doesn't come, I will.
I like how you keep threatening him, but he just shrugs
Yeah.
it
We
off.
will, we will arrange it.
Fine.
Within reason.
So
Obviously, you can't enter cities unannounced or things like that. And you will have to respect, the other enlightened races.
He sighs. If you can arrange our freedom to roam to other areas of the Underdark, we will accept war. But one extra condition.
Wait.
Yes?
Ask them for the life elixir.
The what elixir?
Life elixir. They will know.
Okay.
By the way, if ever anyone wants to roll, you cannot roll history on it. You all have no idea what life elixir even means.
Is that how you got this old? Or is it even the thing that keeps you from aging?
He doesn't respond to that. He just says, "Life elixir, freedom to roam. We will come."
Okay. Then we must talk to our other allies about this. Thank you for your time. We'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
I repeat, we'll be back, but then in a threatening way.
He's literally shrugging you off, and from passive insight, you can basically tell he really doesn't see you as a threat. He finds you amusing.
I'm really, I'm okay. I'm not gonna cast a fireball. I'm gonna restrain myself.
Oh, I was expecting you to just hold it above your head like a huge fireball, and then it's just
Or just
this
or just
guy.
disintegrate immediately. Just
You're like, no,
I'm
no.
like ready to cast it, but
Spirit bomb.
it's probably gonna stop me.
Emmy, no fireball. Come on.
Not even as a
Like-
treat this time.
No.
Fine. I'm gonna turn around and just walk away angrily. I'm gonna come back and burn this whole camp to the ground and whatever.
You see Erica looking at the. By the way, Erica's looking at the Quagoff curiously and thinks, Fascinating. But then follows the rest. Who's picking up? No, it's fine.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, that was me. I was trying to get me and my Garbon goal, not anyone else.
Yeah, don't worry. That token's free to move. That's normal. Lucas, you're gonna pick up your Silver Fairy companion again, who is knocked out still.
Oh, goody. Yeah, fair enough. Our friend will send you word when we have successfully negotiated.
Well, the leaders already went inside, but you probably gave a message to
Yeah.
one of the
Fair enough.
circle people.
Fair enough.
They just nod. Okay, so you leave the camp?
Yeah, but I sense our business here is done, concluded.
For the moment, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Alright.
At the moment.
Huh?
So you slowly
How
leave.
convenient. We're right next to the Chimerian city.
Well, you,
No,
did-
we're not. Wrong one.
you still have to walk a bit, but yeah, basically.
Yeah. Close enough.
So,
That one better than expected.
Somehow.
somehow, yeah. Erica, you see Erica just thinking for a moment, and then she speaks up. Quite fascinating to see a species not known for using magic is cast so flawlessly. Normally they would use some sort of shamanic rituals. Yet this leader did it with just a flick of the wrist sometimes.
So that's not normal?
Oh, definitely not. There might be more behind this leader than we first imagined. From the way he speaks, his people are being restricted by the Chimerians on purpose. Normally, species like these roaming about cause minor issues, but with a leader with such magical prowess, it changes things. The potential for him to teach his followers such spells turns a normal hunter tribe into a possible magical tribe of, well, how would I say this? Magical tribe that will probably overhunt.
Mm.
But if he's smart enough to communicate with us, then doesn't that mean that there's something we can do to make them get along?
Perhaps. But what I can gauge, something more is going on and we do not know. Or perhaps something else is going on that we do not know.
You suspect some sort of outside influence on this tribe of Goygoths?
Perhaps.
Hmm.
It is not beneath the archmages to experiment on dumber tribes to see how they respond to magics. Considering they created a Chimerian race, wouldn't you believe they would have tried teaching the Quagoth magic?
It's not out of the realm of possibility for them to have experimented with what they see as other lesser races.
Indeed. All for that frozen tundra. The frozen hill tundras, the place where all realms collapse into one. Still unknown. Perhaps that might have been the cause. Did this Quagoth once roam so far in the Underdark that they were underneath the collapse of realms? Could that have been the effect? Were the archmages? Or did the Chimerians do something? Maybe even the Illithid themselves created this one as a tool of war. Or maybe another effect nearby caused this leader to grow in such size and power. I do not know.
It's not really a way to tell either.
There is. But we do not have such spells equipped. Or ways to check it out. As I said, we do not know enough.
Well, now we have a pressing need to go and talk to the Chimerians.
Hopefully we didn't make a mistake.
Well, I imagine if we don't come through with our end of the deal, the Quagoth will just be happy to basically sit there. Not that they can do much else.
We'll burn their camp.
Trust me, if you would attempt that, you would be in a magical combat with their leader. And considering his size, you might have the magical advantage, but the physical, I believe he outmatches you.
I have a trick up my sleeve for that one.
Also, very hard to miss.
Alright. Well, let's be on our way then. I was merely speculating.
Mm.
So, where are you go? Okay, you're routing. You're just outside the Quagoth camp. You're in Quagoth territory. What's your route? You are allowed to draw on the map.
Ah, whoa!
We weren't supposed to
my
do that before?
God, that never happened.
So what are you doing?
Drawing on the map.
You know what I mean. Okay, Moon. What is your path? What's the path you're gonna take?
I just
Oh, I don't
drew.
know. I'm letting them decide. Else I will probably get lost.
I already drew an arrow.
So you're gonna go through the southwest towards the bridge.
That
Yeah,
will be
which
the quickest,
probably.
I'm assuming.
Oh. My feelings.
Anyway, you're taking the southwestern path. Okay, you decide to take the southwestern path through Quake of territory. Decided to start your walk. Still through this strange landscape of grass, moss, stone, a mix of everything. No trees, just rocks. As the only thing that will bring height. Can anyone roll me a perception check real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, now I
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Rules like this.
We perceive.
We do.
Yeah. Lucas, are you perceiving?
Um,
Don't spoil it
No.
now.
no. I don't feel a need
Roll.
to perceive.
Okay. So, all of you, well, the ones who rolled, kind of look around the place, and most of you, well, all of you looking around, spot several smaller-looking creatures going about, eating some of the grass hidden among it, some eating some moss. They look like, at first glance, what you would see as rabbits. Except their claws are really big. Like, mole-like big. And have long ears. With little spikes attached to it and long hairs to protect the inside of their ears. What do you do? That's what they're doing. That's the creatures.
Aw, can we keep one as a pet?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, but we get to keep. You get to keep Lucas. I want one of those bunnies.
Lucas is not a pet.
Really? Huh. Interesting. He grabs a piece of paper and writes it down.
Oh my god. So, hi Katie. So, you just that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kitty, you want the little snackies?
Probably best to leave the kitty alone.
No, she jumped up to next to me where she gets treats, and she's asking for treats, so I'm just giving her some treats.
Alright. Make
Alright.
sure she doesn't mess with the microphone again.
Yeah, I know. So, I guess you're not doing anything else with it, so you just go mosey up on your way?
Probably a smart idea to leave the bunny alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mole-like buddy.
Yeah, whatever. It's a
Aw.
bunny. Bunny
pro-
like.
Animal.
That's the cutest thing you've ever seen. Okay, meme aside.
I mean,
You-
bunnies can be dangerous.
You decide to not engage with petting the bunny-like creature.
No.
Oh, it's probably a trap.
You head southwest toward down the areas. You remain alert, but anything that would deem as a threat, you quickly realize can mostly be avoided. You do come across with your perception, another manticore flying around, but it doesn't spot you. You do spot it, and considering how it's flying, it's not looking to hunt some well, there she is. Some humans, because it's just a single manticore. So, from what you can tell from its flight, it's the fact that it's flying in a northeastern direction towards Breakoff territory. We don't know why. So, no worries.
I nudge Emberlyn. Wow. I bet that would be really hard to hit.
Does Emily say anything to that?
Wait, sorry, I missed that one. What happened?
Ozzy just nudges Emberlyn and is like, "Ah, I bet that's really hard to hit."
I'm tempted.
I know.
Emmy!
But also, I'm not really stupid, so
What?
I do. Yeah. You didn't
Huh.
know yet? Ilona
Yeah,
was,
no.
so sometimes that takes over, but I'm not gonna shoot at random things in the sky, I guess.
Okay. So you keep heading, so you just ignore the flying manticore and keep heading southwest until you reach the bridge. And, hey, look, it's the bridge that you've crossed before when you came from the sealed city. Good times. Good times.
Yes.
Where did all the water go?
The water's still flowing there.
Ah.
Dam is further down the river.
Yeah, but that. Oh, it's lesser there. Okay.
Yeah, where dryland, that's where it's lesser. Still flowing normally here. It's like the place
It's
that
not
go.
building up here?
Huh?
The water is not building up here? Because of the dam.
No, it's still flowing. It's just flowing. It's still fine. It's not overflowing. There's still another branch of the river where it can go down.
Fair enough.
Mm. So, you can go. You need to of course cross the bridge, and head towards the surface lands. One more perception check, real quick.
Oh boy.
Surface lads, don't we need to head the other way towards the sealed city?
I thought so too.
What do you want? 7. Come on, Emberlyn. Lucas, join the 7 squad.
Okay.
Lucky number 7, come on!
I
Gonna
don't want to
try.
be in the 7 squad, that's a natural one.
Well, if it was time, it would also be a 7.
I'll wait till Lucas rolls. Poppy and Ozzius, you're just enjoying the walk. Nothing really feels out of place. It's a nice walk to whistle through, considering for the Underdark. But walking through and whistling does feel kind of nice, strangely enough. Cat. Sorry, my cat's on the mouse mat, so I need to tap her off.
Oh my god.
She's so needy.
Ah, the cat in the mat.
This is what I mean. Emberlyn, you get this sensation that something's watching you. Yeah, thank you, cat. Don't. Please. Get off.
It's the cat!
That's not the cat. You get the sensation of
Oh.
being watched. You don't know from where, but you do have the sensation you're being watched. You just look around, and you swear there's someone watching you not far. But you can't think of that. Lucas! You also have the feeling you're being watched. You don't see it, but then you sense it. You sense it really well. Oh. Oh. Right. It's the fucking ghost I insulted. Poppy's dad. He's probably nearby, isn't he? You feel a bit of shame coming over you for remembering what you did.
I don't want to talk to him.
Of course, he's still haunting this part of the lands. A good type of haunting, actually. Who knew that good hauntings could exist?
Yeah, very nice. Moving on.
So you keep walking, you get to the encampment in front of the entrance of the city. Say hi to the people, and do you head into the city?
Yeah, may as well see what we can do about for the Quake off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then finally you make it back to the city.
Yippee.
After a little walk down, well, not down, but up, you find yourself back in the city of Neferlis. The city where the Camarians live. The large buildings you've seen so many times. Feel like they greet you every time you enter.
They probably do by now.
Yeah. The guards let you
Yay,
let you pass without any worries. You've been already checked out.
We're back in the city where we can fly around without being shot at. That's nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to take a skeleton with me this time.
So, you have now returned to the city of the Camarians. What is your plan what's your modus operandi? The modus operandi. Do you want...
Probably see Onyx Black about what's going on.
Yes, we should probably meet with our military contact.
Yeah, what was it? I need to check his name.
Very mains.
Oh yeah, Fire Mains. I might as well head there, I suppose.
Yep.
So you're gonna head towards the big building.
Yeah.
Frog.
Yes, the military people.
Mm-hmm. The military people, or well, there's the main building and there's the military building. Which one do you decide?
I would imagine the military building's probably the best one to go to.
Yeah, let's go see Fire Mains.
Okay.
Or search for him.
Okay. So you go down the city paths and head towards the military city. You walk to the city, the mood seems as chipper as it always is. People walking around, Camarians of different sizes, species, horns, arms, runes, etc. You guys just going through it and always being recognized as outsiders. You see some kids sometimes pointing towards you. And there's still a knocked out fairy being carried by a Lucas. Which is still pretty awkward. So, you head towards the military building, and as you enter, you instantly notice all these military people walking around. You go to the floor of the front desk and, well, approach the front desk naturally. Alright. You approach the front desk. There are several Camarians sitting there. Different sizes, all dressed in some sort of clothing that also has armor pieces towards it. So you can definitely tell that these are military folk. Who's speaking up?
We need to arrange an urgent appointment to see Fire Mains.
One of the desk workers looks up at you and then stares you down. And what, pray tell, should I tell our astute military leader of the need of outsiders? There's some sarcasm in the voice, passive insight.
You can inform him that we have secured an ally in the upcoming fight with the Mind Flayers, and that we need his help to arrange a second alliance. Unless that's not urgent enough for you.
You see them blink for a few times. Then get up and talk to another front desk worker.
You're right, it's only mind flares.
Typical Aussies.
We should have gone to the frog building.
It's not the frog building. Stop it.
What Ozzy's comments on our map say?
So, moments. Sorry, I'm a little bit warm in here. So I'm yeah, taking a sip of water. My brain is cooked. So uncook it. I need to freeze it. Okay. So.
Do I need to get an ice cream?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Besides, then I can't focus on the session. I'll be focusing on this. Go. Anyway. The matter, they just you have a bit of discussion and they return. Flying mate. Flying Mains is currently in the main building, not present in his office. If you wish to talk with him, seek him in the main building.
Okay, guess we're going there.
if he happens to
Bye-bye.
return to this building before we find him, please let him know we're looking for him. Thank you.
Certainly.
Right, over to the main building.
I don't think they like us.
You just have a feeling that this is one of those front desk workers that are just do not like their job. And these are the little pleasures that they have. When you have to say no the whole day, you find creative ways to say no.
Fair enough.
So you head out towards the main building?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a very easy move. So you head towards the main building, and yeah, the main building is of course much larger, and luckily you mostly know the way. At least you know where Onyx Black is. But in the meantime, there is also another front desk there, and while there are some people in line, there's like 4 front desk workers and currently taking questions from people. What do you do?
Wait.
Just get in line?
Yeah, that's what the line is for.
Okay. Okay.
I'm hesitating. We're gonna wait in line.
You're not gonna say. You're not gonna try and wake your furry companion. I mean, Lucas has kind of been carrying her around the whole day.
What's another couple of hours?
See the strength training, Lucas.
There's a line of... Oh, sorry.
See that strength training, Lucas.
Joy.
Do we know how long we'll have to wait?
From what you can see from the line, you estimate it might take about 10 minutes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
actually not too
fair enough.
bad. Hmm.
Okay, I'll cancel my plan then.
What?
I was gonna ask. We're in like a queue of 4. Are any of them in front of us holding documents? And I was gonna use catapult to yeet them out so they escape them.
Do it. That's
But
fun.
we don't need to do that.
But you can. You don't need to, but you still can.
You may roll perception if you want to attempt this.
Actually, having said that, those little red currency things,
Yeah.
can we use those in place of spell slots, or is it only by the lockers? Or
No, you can convert them into spell slots, but you need to know how to do that, which is a specific spell.
which we don't know. Okay, yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
didn't I
No.
accidentally do that? Well, not accidentally, but do that by really trying.
Yes.
Yeah, no chance Lucas is going to do that.
It's gonna take a lot of focusing.
We shall wait impatiently.
Okay then.
Okay. You get in line and stand in line, and every time someone comes forward and they start talking about things, one is talking about how certain homes have been having leakage problems with some moisture, and the worker goes like, yeah, look, roof moisture problems. Subsection, blah, 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 blah. You get a lot of jargon that you don't really care about. I don't think any of you care about the jargons. And
Yeah, I do.
The fantasy babble.
Subsection J on house ruling 7445. There's your fantasy babble.
Makes sense.
The next one, it's talking about an event they want to host. They want to host an event at one of the buildings, and wanted to get some permission to use certain spells to make the place better. And they very much talk about the magical licenses that has to be given from the Institute of Magical Development. That they should go over there. Okay, that one goes away. The next person, it's someone who's talking about why aren't there more attractive women in this city? And instantly they get a look. It's like,
What?
he just gets a look, and everyone in the line looks at this guy, and he's like, "Look, I just recently woken up. I've been in stasis for 1,000 years, and I don't see the women that I mostly see. So, and then the person where goes like, if you're referring to specific type of species of humanoids, why not indulge yourself in the library and see if you can find examples of it? Perhaps someone with a polymorph spell could be up your tastes. But this is not a dating center. Please leave."
Oh, for God's sake! If that guy's got paperwork, I will catapult that one. Fuck out of line. We got things to do.
The guy kind of pulls his head down and walks away in shame. It's like, next, and you guys are next, and you just see the desk worker shaking his head. It's like, some people have strange taste due to the archmages. Oh, outsiders.
Some people have no decency whatsoever. Honestly.
I do not even wish to know what kind of archmage they served under to get such audacity in act.
Whoever woke him up should have left him on ice for a few more centuries, am I right? Ugh.
So, what can I do for you?
We're trying to get to speak to one of the military people at Firemain regarding an alliance that they asked us to arrange.
Yes, remains. He is currently in office in the main building. He is awaiting several meetings with other leaders about supplies and setups for future conflicts. Also, he's here to meet with a... Let's see. You don't have to know basis. The music casts a spell. Yes, you're allowed to know this. Yes, they're also here to meet one with a champion of the Camarians. So yeah, they're here to also meet with a champion of the Chimerians.
Oh.
I thought that would interest someone, but okay.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, I have to send a text message to my boss real quick.
That's fine.
Okay, I'd like to just gesture to Poppy and say, yes, she stood right here.
What?
Wait, what?
I hope that it was a crude attempt at a joke.
Mm.
Alright then. Let me see. He's in the 21st floor in office blue. In the blue office. There's a guard outside that you could ask to have permission to meet with him.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you got your directions.
Yep.
Also, is the silver statue in your bag a gift? If I may ask. They're asking if your silver fairy companion is a silver statue that you're giving as a gift.
What? It's not a statue! Can't you tell
It's
she's
not-
braving?
She's also not mine to give away. Apologies.
Okay. Carry on.
I guess I'm gonna keep an eye out for someone who looks like one of the champions.
Well, at least doesn't look like a Camarian at all.
Maybe I can sense their presence or their power or pain
Okay,
power, whatever.
you want to see if you can send out a powerful presence?
Yeah.
Do you have... Okay, first off, do you have a form of detect magic?
Dope.
Okay. You may roll an Arcana check, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
If you have detect magic, you can cast it, and you will get rid of your advantage because you're honing in on it. Roll again. 11. He tried to hone in for a powerful magical presence. And then you remember you're in an Archmage city where magic is normally flowing. And then you remember you're in a building where probably Onyx Black is in it. So you tried to filter it all out, but no. when you try to filter out the clothes you think is what you think is onyx black because it senses like onyx black, but it could also be his the second onyx black. You know, the creation of him, the clone thing, or maybe the champion has the same kind of frequency as onyx black. But you don't know. You can't make heads or tails on it. There's just too much magic to sense around this magical city.
I should have asked the front desk worker what he or she looked like. Yeah, that would have been smart.
That would have been smart.
I'm not gonna stand in line again.
You don't want to come back in line, okay. So you all take the elevator up?
Yep.
Yep.
You all go to the 21st floor, and you find a lot of different colored doors, or if you call it rainbows there. So eventually you find the blue door, and there's indeed a military-looking guard in front of it, sitting in front of it.
Hello
So,
there.
you're gonna go hello there. Ah, the Obi-Wan approach. General Loadsider.
What?
He gets. Don't worry, it's a joke. Anyway, you approach the guard and you go hello there, and he looks and the guard looks at you and then stands up. Greetings. The blue office has been currently taken by a military leader from Maine and cannot be rented out to any outsiders or such. It's like he rehearsed that.
Fully appreciate that. We were asked by Fire Mains to start arranging an alliance. We wish to report to him regarding the fact that we have successfully arranged one part of that alliance, and that we need to bring him the terms for the second part.
Alright,
The
alliance.
second faction.
Alliance. What kind of alliance are we talking about?
Forget the epaulet.
Ah, right, the elephant. We see him walk open the door, it's gently open, peeking in. Then he closes the door. Can you wait 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. He gently opens the door, shimmies in there, and closes the door behind him. And thus you wait 5 minutes and come out. You wait 7 minutes. No response. 9 minutes. Still nothing. How long are you willing to wait? You already going?
I've got all day.
You knock on the door?
Yep. Not sure if you heard it because I'm my knocking is not very long.
Well, nothing, no response yet. You wait a minute and then the door slowly opens and he shimmies on out. Then closes the door. Like he's doing something secret in behind the door, and then he talks out. If you wait 15 more minutes, Flyer Mains will make some time for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you say so.
We have 50 minutes, right?
15, yes.
Might as well do something in that time, right?
Do you have any idea what you want to do?
Well, I still have that scroll from Lich Island that I wanted to read.
Ah, the scroll. And
I can read it now. I
mhm.
can read any language.
Yes, you can
Should be able
technically.
to.
So, you wish to read the scroll.
Yeah.
Okay. You unfill the scroll, and as Alona, these markings were unknown to you. As Emberlin, understanding most languages, no matter how written, it's in your blood. It's knowledge. What kind of knowledge it is curious. One moment, I need to look for my files. Okay. Okay. So that is that item. So you read the text, and the words are easy to understand. This is written in Abyssal, and reads as the following. To those of the surface, beware. To those who read this, beware. We inscribe here a spell meant to drown those on land. Let those lungs fill with liquids. Let water come out of every of their orifices and choke on it. Those who read this and wish to learn, beware, as failure will fill your lungs with that very same liquid. May all of you drown a miserable death.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And the rest of it is just the inscription for a spell. The spell is literally called Drowning of the Damned. It is a spell that requires you to carry 5 full water skins of water as a material component. And it is a ritual cast. But as a sorcerer you could also cast it. And yeah, basically what it does is force someone to make a constitution saving throw, and if they fail, they will basically start drowning on the liquid you transport inside their lungs. And that water will keep expanding every turn.
If they succeed, does it happen to me?
If they succeed, nothing. They will just the water will just be expelled, and you will just the water would technically go back to the caster. If you are of aquatic source, this is basically a non-issue for you. But if the person resists, the water goes back to the caster immediately. And if your number doesn't breathe water in water, you will start drowning. It is a nasty, risky spell. And you can because of your inner knowledge of how Abyssal people work. Considering most people who speak Abyssal live in water, this is purposely made so that they will use it against you, and if you try to use it against them, they will backfire and you will drown yourself instead. Do note, this does work. Do note, if you do use this as someone who can breathe underwater, and you use this anyway, it will have acidic properties, so they will start drowning regardless. So it can be used on abyssal creatures. But if the caster can breathe underwater himself, the backfire will not happen. Only for the caster the backfire will not happen. It is a brutal fucking spell.
No fucking shit.
So it's good if the caster can breathe underwater, right?
Yeah, or doesn't need to breathe at all. But still, you would probably take some sort of minor damage at the backfire. But it wouldn't matter because basically, if you don't breathe, water in your lungs is just a nuisance. It will do some damage if you can breathe underwater, but it will be so minor that it doesn't matter.
Could Arceus learn the spell? Do I know?
Arceus does not breathe underwater. He can hold his breath really
Oh.
long.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And could Arceus learn this spell? Depends if he wants to learn the very cruel magic. It depends on his morality, more like it, and if he, as a cleric, wants to learn it. He could technically learn it, but it might be more for something like a warlock, wizard, or sorcerer rather than a cleric or a druid. Or paladin.
Fair enough.
But he could learn it if he wanted to, because it's still magic, but... You know, his magic is with gods related, and...
Well, it does sound like a spell for me.
It is a very cruel spell. And you can understand why
Exactly.
a lich would have this in a vault. Because this would be something a lich could employ to torture someone. Just having the sense of drowning without being in the water. That is something a lich would definitely do.
Does it also say how I learn the spell?
It has
How
instructions
does
that
that
you...
work?
It has instructions.
Oh,
It has instructions on how to learn it and how to do it. But you do know that you need a lot of water, and if you fail, you might start drowning yourself. Which can do massive damage. Not only that, it will put exhaustion on you. As a gameplay mechanic, it will do quite some damage to you. And you will gain points of exhaustion. And let's just say, from a mechanical standpoint, the more you drown, the more exhaustion you build up over time. Drowning, there's no real there is mechanics for drowning, but in this case, every turn you're technically drowning, you gain 1 point of exhaustion. So within 6 turns, you're dead when you're fully drowning.
yeah, that's probably not worth it, I guess.
Is it worth it? Is it worth learning? Depends on your character. But this will instantly put someone in a drowning state, because normally you would hold your breath. In a drowning state, you're out of breath and your lungs are filling with water, and you instantly skip the part of holding your breath.
And do they have to roll every turn? So it can backfire every turn, or just it can only backfire the first time around?
If it backfires, you will be put in a state of drowning, and you would have to get rid of the fluids from your lungs as soon as possible. You can do Constitution saving you have to do Constitution saving throws yourself at that point to nullify the effects. But the only way to get rid of the effect at that point is to either get the fluids out or for someone to dispel you.
I think I'm gonna learn that spell. I'm gonna come up with some things.
Yeah. You're gonna need to have someone with this spell ready. And that's what. And as I said, if it's for someone who doesn't breathe using their lungs or doesn't use oxygen, it's no real problem for them. It's just a nuisance.
We don't have anyone who doesn't need to breathe, or
Yeah.
in a party at least. Does anyone have dispel magic? Oh, right.
Nope.
Probably. Would I even be able to cast it if I learned the spell magic? Because I would need a vocal component, and if my lungs are filled with fluid.
Yeah, if you blow through fluid, you're fucked. This is really a bad spell. If it backfires, you'll probably lose vocal components because you're too busy choking on water. It is a very risky spell.
Although, yeah.
So
wanna
regardless, even if you cast to some, as I said, so even if let's just say you're someone who aquatic and you get water in your lungs, you probably will have trouble with vocal components at that point. But again, it's very minor. But for someone like you, that's very fucking bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you get a spell storing ring, I guess.
Does that work?
Yes, those exist. They exist. You can make rings that store spells for you.
So if you put dispel magic in that, you can just be like, bonk.
Or a wand. Yeah, or a wand with the spell magic. It is a bonk.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay,
They're
cool.
fucking expensive and hard to find, but considering where you are, well, in an Archmage city, that might not be as hard as you think it is.
Okay.
But this spell,
Okay.
it's fucking evil. Like, this spell is a spell you would use if you really hate someone and you want to make sure if someone tries to use it against you, if it backfires, you want to make them suffer. This is just a spell made for pure suffering.
That sounds like Emberlyn, so yeah.
Well, Emily is fire, this is water. Also, you need
Yeah,
5
but
water skins
make
of...
someone suffer.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I'm first gonna throw it into the group because we're all waiting in the queue anyhow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just explain the spell shortly and just ask, does anyone want to learn? Spell.
Puppy's like, no, she's horrified probably from the idea of like, huh?
What's wrong with you?
With me
Uh,
or with Poppy?
No.
You.
Oh, do I need to start on that? Because we'll spend more than 15 minutes here.
Well, the problem is you don't have 5 water skins of water ready to cast. You don't have enough water with you right now. And without the component, you can practice spell all you want, but you will never know the effects because you don't have the material component. Let alone you don't have a target to cast it on.
Yeah, I'll just keep the scroll for now. That's good to know. Should have learned this spell like 5 years ago.
Yeah, if you had a pistol, you could probably learn it, but considering your spell slot, you probably wouldn't be able to cast because it's actually high level spell slots.
That makes sense. Okay.
But yeah, nasty spell. Nasty spell. So you wait the rest of the time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I hide behind Lucas and just look at Emberlyn with like worry,
You see
a little
Eric.
bit of concern.
Yeah, Erica's also there, and pretty much if you know her reaction, she's like, such spells. Well, her reaction would be, such spells are practical, but full of malice and pointlessness. There are better spells.
And I look at Poppy, and I tell her, well, you could speak with Lona, but you never asked about it. I did tell you. You're
So,
worried about me?
so. You wait a bit, you talk a bit, you mumbled a bit about the discovery you just made, I guess. And eventually the boot door opens. And what looks like an attendant walks out and wearing glasses adjusts them and goes, Playing Mains is now ready to see you for a quick emergency meeting.
Thank you very much. We
Great.
won't waste this valuable time. And straight in.
The attendant steps aside and you all head in.
Yep.
We step into this decently sized office. There's a nice desk, a nice chair, some bookcases, mostly empty, a few scrolls in it. And and on the end of the desk, you see Flaring Mains sitting there writing something on a scroll, with several other pens writing alongside on other scrolls. Multitasking. Neat. The attendant closes the door behind them and then stands at the door. And then
That's trick. I need to learn that one.
Outsiders, I hear you were successful in the negotiations with the Drugar, correct?
Correct.
Good, good, good. So their demands were met. Any specifics I need to know about?
None that come to mind at the moment.
Oh, we did get these flares. Or bombs.
Yes.
They said that if we ignite the red bomb, it means go back. Yellow means beware, and green means go.
Right. A way of signaling to them. Makes sense, makes sense. They always have their own explosive ways of doing things.
At the Duragar King's suggestion, we did also attempt to entreat the assistance of the Quagoth.
When the word Quagoth is heard, the other two pens that right next to it just drop to the ground. Like... the Quagoth. Why would the Drugar wish to recruit the Quagoth in this matter?
Well, this concerns everyone, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Still, it is unlikely for them to even suggest such a thing. From passive insight, you guys have to tell that there is some concern that from Flying Main that the Drugar suggested the Quagoth of all things. You don't know what exactly, but you have the sense that he finds that very off.
Maybe they have their own plans in mind?
Perhaps. Maybe it was just a smart suggestion for once. But with the Drugar, you might be aware that there might be other outcomes. And what did did you meet with the Quagoth?
We opened negotiations, yes.
Not. And you already can feel something coming up.
Well, there's two routes the Quagoth are open to. One is essentially leaving them out of it completely.
Naturally.
The other is they said they would be willing to go to war, except they want there were two concessions they wanted from the Chimerian. One of which was restoring their right to roam.
Of course they wish to roam once again through the Underdark. Not a hard request. We did restrict them for a while.
Granted, if they did help in chasing out the mind flayers from the Underdark, it would make sense to reward them for their efforts in order to keep them in order to keep good relations. But the other thing they requested was they want access to something called a life elixir. I have a feeling that may be a bit.
Perception check, all of you.
Uh-oh. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nice rolls, everyone. Oh, Poppy, you don't really notice anything around you when the word life elixir is heard. Emberlyn, when the word life elixir is heard, you notice that the attendant behind you seems to change expressions to a bit more of a concerned one. All just feel the same, and you also notice that the attendant seems to be moving their hands in such a way that they might be starting to cast something. Lucas, the attendant is definitely casting something. Sending. They're casting sending.
Well, I don't know that, so I'm cautiously grabbing my quarterstaff.
Uh-oh.
I get the feeling by effect your attendant is sending to someone that I've uttered 2 words you were hoping not to hear.
Oh, they're just sending. Oh, okay. Just backs out from the quarterstaff again.
Perceptive of you.
I've
Yes.
seen our friend Elvis cast that enough.
Yes. The life elixir. An item we never discuss in terms of negotiation. There's very good reason that this kind of thing is off limits.
Which
Alas.
Is that the
makes it-
reason why one of the Quake Goths is really old?
The leader, yes. There's more to it,
interesting that-
but he has indeed consumed the life elixir before.
Would explain why he knows about a highly secretive item then. Which we will not mention once we leave this room.
That
You
is
have my word.
appreciated. The life elixir, as he calls it, is the simple term of not an item that would extend mortal life in a way. It is an elixir meant to bring out the full potential of someone's soul.
Oh. That explains a lot.
It was developed by the Archmages to bring out true
Ah.
potential of their fellow people.
Of course it was.
Mm.
It does sound interesting. Can we get some?
Erica then speaks up. I think I know what it is. That kind of... Isn't it true? That kind of thing can have some horrendous side effects.
Oh.
Indeed. Depending on the matter of the soul, it can fragment it slightly. It can damage the mind. It can significantly shorten someone's life, significantly increasing it. It is simply named the life elixir, as it would give someone the pure life of an archmage. It's also why most of them went stark raving mad for years.
Well, that's not good.
How would you respond that in a snap of a finger, your whole mind is open to everything? Interpretations, magic. Basically, something that would take you decades, maybe even 100 years, all accessible within a second.
Cool.
You would have to have an extremely disciplined mind to endure something like that.
And thus you see why the life elixir is something we keep under lock and key. We do not need another Archmage society to fight over the life elixir.
That
Bearden?
makes sense.
Do you give it to your champions though? Could a champion request it?
Under specific circumstances.
Interesting. How much
I'm
power?
You first.
Go ahead. What do you want to say? Hello.
I'm assuming repeated imbibements of that elixir would not be recommended.
You would have to drink it once and only once. Drinking it again would impose degradation of the body. Your soul may survive, but your body, no.
You.
Ew is only putting it lightly. It is very unpleasant. Either
So
way,
we only need to take it once.
So that's a no-go on that one, I guess?
mm-hmm.
We'll see. Oh, you mean for the Quagoth? Yeah.
So, what is your impression of why the Quagoth would want a life elixir? You
Well,
can,
they did ask us to ask about it, so they might have been inquiring how to undo it. I don't know.
you're telling me the one who have ingested the life elixir wishes to undo such a thing.
Maybe. We don't know. They wouldn't answer.
Well, given that the man threatened to bring down the ceiling of the Underdark upon our heads, I'm going to hazard a guess that whatever his plans are for it, he's not even if he could have a second dose and survive, probably not stable enough to drink it.
Maybe he just wanted us to know about it, so we know about the horrors of it.
Should
Worrying.
have just burned their camp.
Very worrying.
Very interesting one, though, the Quagoth.
The attendant speaks of, Sir, Onyx Black has responded. And it seems they believe something must have stirred within the soul.
What does that mean?
It means one thing. That the possibility of a link is now, how would I say this, available. So, in attendance, sir, are we sure? It is fine. We have, as we've suspected, that the Quagoth leader, Soul, might be linked to one of the dragon heads.
Oh. That's awkward.
Which is why we restricted their movement for many years. While he has shown no desire to disobey orders or seek out those tendencies, we've always suspected such things. Fine. I guess I have to send a scouting party to check if our suspicions are correct.
Oh dear.
We have yet to fully confirm the link, as the possibility of Quagoth being the host of such a how would I say this? Soul is very unlikely. Not impossible, but a very low percentage chance, as Quakeoff culture and Quakeoff bodies are incompatible to such reincarnated souls. They would either die because of their unnatural state, or they will never be able to access their true reincarnated powers, as they would be deemed too stupid to do so. Perhaps there might be something else. Perhaps not. But I will have to send a scout party regardless to investigate. We will deal with this ourselves. If it's not, if he doesn't have the link, then he's not one of the souls. If he is, well, then we at least know. As I said, we've always had suspicions. We could never confirm it, as the leader is very, very private. But if he wishes to go speak about the life elixir and ask for free roaming, then our counter demand is that we investigate him to his fullest extent, regardless of what he wants. And if he refuses, so be it.
I guess we'll leave that in your capable hands for the moment then. If he does turn out to be fine and is still willing to join the war effort, let us know.
We will.
Otherwise, we'll just write off the Quakeoff then.
If he has no link, we will do his demands. We will simply then also request his reasoning to go after the life elixir. After all, such a potent item is something we don't really want to share. After that, they will probably join the war effort. I do not think giving the Quakeoff themselves the life elixir would do much, as whoever would consume it would either become like the leader or die a horrible death.
So they're probably not trying to get another one of them to be like him. Probably.
Probably.
Right?
We do not know. We need to know their intent. We need to know the essence of their soul.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, we've got one more group we need to make contact with before we start our attack on the mind flares. We need to go find that. Yeah, we need to go find that drow.
It's gonna be fun. Not.
Mm-hmm. Then I wish you safe
You get to see
journeys.
spiders.
Gross!
Then I wish you good luck. As this is the last part of the plan to eliminate the Illithid from the Underdark.
Indeed.
Well, this is the last easy part of the plan. It's easy subjectively.
Alright then. Dismissed. The attendant opens the door for you.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. Do you all leave?
Yep.
So you all leave the building, or the office. The door closes behind you, and you learn what the life elixir does, as well as your plans. What your next plan is. You learn a bit about Quakeoff's suspicions. The suspicions surrounding the Quakeoff leader. But you're gonna have to leave that to your allies of the Chimerians. Yeah, with that said, I think it's a good stopping moment, right?
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that said, what kind of mysteries still remain in the Underdark? What kind of secrets do the Cimmerians hold? Probably a lot, considering the Archmage Society. And what will happen in the next part of the Underdark? How will our adventurers get to their destination? How will our adventurers find this mysterious drow? And what will the ritual entail? Well, we're gonna have to find out next time. With that said, I will see you all next time. And now, it is goodbye from Poppy.
Bye.
It is goodbye from Lucas.
Goodbye.
It is goodbye from Emberlyn.
Bye bye.
And it's goodbye from Ozzius.
Goodbye. And will Kotlol have a new mic next time? We'll see.
I hope I don't need to buy a new mic. Maybe I can fix it.
Maybe.
Okay.
Tune in next time.
Stay charged and catch you all later. Bye bye all.